In this presentation, I proposed the Intergenerational Mentoring Program as an innovative and inclusive model to meet the learning needs of the staff at UTS Library, a multi-generational and also a modern workplace. Intergenerational learning has gained some traction in research in the recent years, and I have personally been involved in this space, particularly in the community and nonprofit sector. I want to see how this model can be applied into the workplace context. So first, I will describe the learning needs and the challenges of the staff at UTS Library, and then propose the appropriate mentoring model to meet that needs. I will elaborate on the program design, the challenges and limitation of this model, and also my reflection upon the peer mentoring experience and further recommendation. I interviewed the staff members to find out more about their work, learning needs, and challenges. From what I understand, the team functioned in a fast-paced environment to provide support to the staff and students at UTS. The team is also tasked to deliver digital information literacy training, including conduct online search, databases, and referencing guidelines. From what I gathered, the service is evolving from traditional face-to-face to more online services, which pose new challenges for the staff to learn new skills to adapt to a different way of working. As the nature of work evolve, the staff need to continue to adapt and learn new skills, and that also is challenging because of time constraint, and also they find it sometimes difficult to put the new learning into practice in their current work. And then within different generation, there's also different unique needs. For the senior staff, they actually struggle to catch up with the new tools and technology. And also they shared that they want to understand a bit more about young people's mindset to better engage with the students. For the younger staff who are more millennials, they sometimes struggle to navigate through the challenges and changes at work. They desire more support, encouragement, and guidance, and they look for more opportunities in leadership development and also more meaningful contribution at work. So the proposed solution encourages staff who need to acquire new skill to reach out and learn from experienced colleagues across different generations within the department. This program also incorporates flash mentoring or mentoring on demand, an ad hoc and low commitment way to help staff quickly learn necessary skills to perform certain tasks at work. The matching process is powered by the online technology, allowing the participants to have direct access to a pool of mentors and initiate the connection whenever they need support. The interesting feature of the intergenerational mentoring program is that everyone involved function as both the mentors and mentees, depending on the learning situations. One might be an expert in certain domain of knowledge, but in need of support in other areas. This is an adapted version of reverse mentoring, which focuses mainly on the interaction between the millennials mentor and baby boomers mentees, excluding the Gen X from benefiting and contributing to the initiative. Gen X is known to be highly independent, bringing a pragmatic approach to the problem solving. And this is how the program works. Participants will first create an online profile indicating what they want to learn and what they can teach. These skills are predefined based on the work target and business objectives to ensure standardization and relevancy. The system will then generate recommendations of potential mentors for each participant based on their inputs. The mentee will then have the full authority to select the suitable mentors and make initial connections via email to ask for help from the mentors. The mentor will then respond to the request. If it's positive, the mentors and mentees will arrange for a meetup or a video call or emails exchange. The intergenerational mentoring model seeks to engage all three major generations in the workplace today, leveraging on the generational strengths and also the unique skills of individuals. It introduces a refreshing way of looking at people as co-learners in their mentoring relationships. Mentoring in this context does not depend on position seniority, instead on the available skills and needs of each member. Intergenerational mentoring is an innovative and cost-effective way to bridge the knowledge or skills gap within the Information Service Department by empowering internal resources while fostering intergenerational bonding and learning culture within the organization. Given the fast-changing demand of work due to technological change, this model gives staff access to a developmental network, a group of advisors, as opposed to only a single expert mentor in the traditional model. This will increase the likelihood that staff of the UTS Library receive relevant support to learn new skills for their work. Further, the flash mentoring format accommodates staff busy schedule. The low commitment requirement makes it easy for people to participate, and once they get to know one another better, they can commit to the longer-term mentoring relationship. The one-off meeting format also forces mentees and mentors to work on very specific issues at work rather than going too broad. By trying to solve real problems, staff increase motivation and effectiveness in their learning. Lastly, the deploying technology, reducing the burden of administrative tasks, especially in the matching process for large group of participants. The system's ability to let mentees select mentors is proven to increase participation rates of mentees. Real-life data and reporting make it easy to measure effectiveness of the program and return on investment. And finally, since UTS is actually using a similar matching system for their professional mentoring program, it can be brought over with affordable costs. I will base on the 8-step guide by Vance et al. To design the program. Firstly, it's important to get the buy-in and support from the management. The benefits of mentoring and potential return on investment need to be clearly communicated to the decision maker. Secondly, the program is sustainable only when it's integrated with HR practice. For example, staff need to be allowed to take a certain amount of time off to attend mentoring meetings as part of their professional development. The efforts by mentor also need to be recognized and rewarded by the management. Lastly, the leaders need to dedicate resources and including manpower and financial investment to show the commitment to make the program successful. Then the executive committee should be formed, including the staff who are passionate about this cause. The program will run for at least 1 year to see the tangible impacts. Even the format are ad hoc meetings. Participants are encouraged to develop longer-term mentoring relationships with their mentors and mentees if the experiences are positive. To recruit for program participants, all staff will be invited to a meeting where the leaders will announce the program objectives, benefits, and how to participate. Then follow-up emails will be sent out for the staff to register. Staff will then create an online profile featuring their professional experience and indicate what they can teach and what they want to learn. Based on the inputs from the online profile, the system will then provide recommendations of suitable mentors for each participant. The participant then has the power to choose and contact the prospect mentors through email, and then upon the acceptance of mentor, both will agree to meet, to have video calls, or to SMS. To ensure participants get enough support and clear instruction to make the best out of the mentoring experience, guidelines and trainings will be provided at the beginning of the program. FAQ page, training videos, and code of conduct will be featured on the platform. After every meeting, a short survey will be sent out to both the mentor and mentee, asking for their feedback on the mentoring experience. And then regular sharing of successful stories and testimonials will encourage more interactions among staff. With up-to-date data, the executive committee then will report the return on investment and also look at the analytics to make iterative adjustment to improve the program quality. As I reflect upon the peer mentoring experience, I learned that having a clear structure, like setting the objectives from the beginning and making arrangement on how we want to go through the mentoring sessions, guide our conversations toward meaningful exchange given the short time we have. Having a simple guide, like a list of questions to ask mentors, or a guide on how to structure the sessions will be helpful, particularly for people who have not done mentoring before. Secondly, I learned that relationships and trust take time to build. As we show up consistently, our understanding of each other's professional and personal context deepened. The sharing then become more impactful. As the heart of mentoring is relationships, the Intergenerational Mentoring Program should also facilitate Stage 2, forming long-term mentoring relationship after the first meeting. Lastly, I learned that flexibility is required in mentoring. Meeting time, last-minute changes, how we go about the sessions were regularly discussed and negotiated to suit the needs of both the mentors and mentees. Hence, it's important to also train our participants to manage personal expectations and learn to accommodate each other, and also learn to negotiate what's the best way to go about the mentoring relationship. As this mentoring model is relatively new, there will be a lot more areas to work on. Therefore, an iterative approach and data-driven decision-making are needed in order to meet the ever-changing needs of today's workforce. Thank you for listening.